glass windows like it has now. It had wooden slats that could be opened to let in the breeze, but prevented people from seeing in. Anyway, we started practicing in that little dojo. The techniques were different from what I had originally learned before the war. I still have books describing the old techniques, but the modern Aikido that we started to practice in 1952 was different. The old destructive fighting attitude had been replaced by an emphasis on leading and harmony. In any case, in 1959, we enlarged the dojo to 64 mats, and in 1973, we enlarged again to the current size of 106 mats in the main dojo, plus a 30-mat practice space on the second floor. Over the years, almost tens of thousands of students have practiced here, and in the several branch dojos that we have in the Shingu region. The entire population of Shingu City is 37,500 people these days, so it's really an amazing number if you think about it. Thousands of foreigners from all over the world have also come to Shingu to study Aikido. Many have stayed, many have simply passed through, but all have learned. I have also traveled overseas to give demonstrations and to teach many, many times. I want to keep teaching and spreading Aikido until it is known and practiced throughout the world, just as O-sensei dreamed it would be someday, and how he asked me to make it happen. This is the Hayatama Grand Shrine, the third great shrine of Kumano, located just a few hundred meters from the Kumano Juku Dojo in Shingu City itself. In 1927, O-sensei came to Shingu and held the first Aikido practice in an empty sake warehouse. I was only 14 years old at the time. We practiced in that warehouse so people couldn't look in and see the secrets of Aikido. There was Kubo Sensei, Ozaki Sakujuro, Uemuro Shinjiro, Okamura from neighboring Kinamoto town, all sorts of people, 30 in all. I was the youngest and the smallest at that time. So Aikido has been practiced longer in Shingu than almost any other place in Japan. When O-sensei came to town in 1949, after the war, as I said before, we met in Katsura, and then he wanted to come to pray at the Kumano shrines. This is where we started that pilgrimage. This is where Aikido started. O-sensei often said, Aikido is the living breath of Kumano. Many times he said that. Like all other Budo, Aikido starts with a bow. Here, the senior students of the Kumano Juku Dojo join Hikitsuchi Sensei in a demonstration for the purposes of this tape. O-sensei traditionally began practice with this preparatory exercise, led here by Ano Motoki, 8th Dan. In the first stage, make a circle with your hands, left over right with the thumbs lightly touching, placed just below the navel. Close the eyes gently and breathe deeply. Next, extend the left foot forward and begin the rhythmic rowing-like motion seen here. Extend the hands out, making the sound ho, as if to push the earth away. Then draw the hands in, making the sound ai, as if to pull the earth towards you. In the next part, clasp the palms together at right angles, left over right, and place them just below the navel. Shake them up and down as strongly and rapidly as possible, keeping them close to the belly as you do so. Repeat this a total of 3 times, left, right, left. Then finally, raise the hands in prayer above the head and bring them down sharply with a loud ki to unify oneself in preparation for the start of practice. To sit, first place down the left knee, then the right knee. Put your big toes over each other. Place your hands in the middle of your thighs, not up at the hips, nor down at the knees, in the middle. Don't look down. Look out at the distant horizon. Sit up straight. If I say that another way, push out your belly button, which is a way of saying extend and straighten your backbone. To stand, bring your knees together. Bring your toes up under yourself, then raise first your right knee, followed by your left knee. That's how to sit and how to stand. Okay, let's sit again. Many people put their hands down like this. It's unsightly and clumsy. Don't use your hands to stand up or to sit down. Next, the proper way to bow. Budo starts with a bow and ends with a bow. Make a triangle with your hands and bend over calmly as if to put the tip of your nose into that triangle. That is the proper way to bow. That's proper. Okay? Sit up. The right hand comes up, then the left. The sequence of the hands is not an extreme thing, just a natural sequence of right, then left. That's the correct way to make a proper bow. Now let's walk on your knees. When you walk on your knees, always bring your foot along with your knee. First one knee and the foot goes forward, then the other. Look here. First one, then the other. Always bring the feet up under the body. Okay, everybody try it. Here's ukemi. Spread your legs, bend your knees, reach down with your hand to the space between your feet, then roll up along your wrist, then your arm and your shoulder. This is how we take forward falls in Aikido. There's also rearward ukemi. Again, roll on your shoulder. Don't let your head touch the mat. Roll on your shoulder. As I've shown you, Aikido ukemi is based on the idea of being very round, so that you roll right up to your feet. If you do a judo fall like this, there's a chance of damaging your arm, especially on wood or something like that if it's very hard. So if you're taking a fall on wood or on concrete, it's critical that you try to stay as round as possible. Everyone try forward ukemi. Right, left, right, left. Everybody take 2 rolls. Very good. An old-time challenge in Aikido practice would be to roll backwards 5 times in the space of 1 tatami mat. It's difficult to do that, but that's the sort of practice I had to go through. 5 times in 1 mat, zigzagging back and forth. Don't let your head touch. Roll on your shoulder. Never let your head hit the mat. Very dangerous. Tai no henko or tai no henkan. Tenkan means to change your body. For example, he comes forward to grab. Look, this is tai no henkan. Okay? All right? He comes to hit. This is also tai no henkan. Today, let's take a look at tai no henkan when you're grabbed by the hand. Turn and extend your hand when you're grabbed. Not like this, with your rear end sticking out. When you do it like this, he can't hit you. Look, he grabs. All right, like this. If I just turn like this, he can hit me. It's no good. You have to lead him. You have to lead him forward like this. Now he can't hit me. Not like this. Stand up straight. Stand up straight. Everybody try it. Put your key into it. Okay, you all have to pay more attention to your feet, right? Watch this. If I turn like this, he can hit me. He can hit me, it's no good. If I just turn like this, see he can hit me? Do you understand why it doesn't work this way? Because I haven't lifted my heel. You have to raise your back heel. This is what extends your reach. This is what leads him forward and prevents his attack. You have to always lift your heel. Not like this. If this is a dead foot, and this is a dead foot. Must lift your heel. Let's look carefully at the feet this time. Slowly. You step and turn. The right foot is pointing forward. Not like this. If the right foot is looking forward, the left foot has to go forward as well. In Aikido, if one finger goes to the right, your whole body should turn to the right. For example, okay, he's grabbed me, right? The front foot is pointing forward. Both feet have to go forward. It's not good for the rear foot to point backwards. If one foot goes forward, the whole body goes forward, and the hands too. If one foot turns to the left, your whole body should turn to the left. If one foot turns to the right, the whole body goes to the right. Not like this. Not like this. Not like this. Like this. Like this. The workings of the two legs is in the torso. The torso. The workings of the two hands is in the head. The workings of the head are expressed with the hands, both hands. Izanagi and Izanami. The left is yang, the right is yin. The workings of the legs originates in the torso. This is important. The left foot stands on heaven, the right foot stands on earth. This is very important. The outward Rokpo stance, the inward Rokpo stance, the outward Tomoe stance, the inward Tomoe stance, these were all different types of on-guard positions in the old Aikijutsu. Soto Rokpo, Uchi Rokpo, there were all sorts of on-guard positions. But O-sensei eliminated these on-guard stances and taught that a natural stance was best. O-sensei said no kamae, no on-guard. You know, you see students seeing stuff like this. You know, no good. It's nonsense. A natural stance is best. No special posture. A natural, normal posture is best. Don't tense your body into some sort of on-guard, unnatural attitude. If you go on guard, you're thinking about your opponent, and Aiki is not possible. Here, Hikitsuchi Sensei uses his bow and his ki to mystically purify and bring together the myriad forces of the universe, as taught to him directly by Ueshiba O-sensei. What is Aikido? As I said before, Aikido is dedicated to Ama no Murakumo Kuki Samahara Ryu no Okami, which is to say, Aikido is a way of purification. Aikido is a way to cleanse the individual spirit. That's what it means. It means to get to a place in your life where there is no fighting, to make a world where there is no fighting, to work in the sense of great love. We aim to have a heart capable of generous, large love, like the love of God. God gives us the light of the sun, the warmth, the air. All of these are aspects of God's infinite grace. The first step is to purify your own heart and to perfect yourself as an individual. To work so that the whole world is like one family. It's possible through purification at all these levels. This is the start of all Aikido. This is what Ueshiba Morihei Sensei, the founder of Aikido, taught. This is Suwariwaza Ikkyo, the first teaching, an arm pin technique. You must not wait for your partner to strike in Aikido. Waiting itself is a form of thinking about your opponent, and this must be avoided if Aiki is to be achieved. You must take the initiative in showing your opponent his ski, his vulnerability, and thus teaching him the error of fighting. You must start the technique. Continued training like this helps both practitioners to eliminate their skis and become better people. This technique is called Suwariwaza Katatete Nikkyo. Pin the arm so that it is horizontal to the shoulder and strongly bend the wrist towards the shoulder while holding down the elbow. This is Hanmi Hamdachi Shihonaki. You must never look directly at your partner. As soon as your wrist is grabbed, use your free hand to change the grip and throw him down. This is called Kokyu Nage, the breath throw. This is Yokomen Uchi Sankyo, an upward spiraling wrist twist to be used first to unbalance and then to pin. You must be careful not to be where the opponent comes to get you. That's the key. This is the third teaching, a wrist twist. Please pay attention to what I'm doing. I am initiating the technique. Again, look at what I'm doing. I'm initiating the technique. Never wait for the attack. This is Yonkyo, a wrist pin technique. It uses a pressure point on the inner side of the wrist to affect the pin and prevent his further movement. Here again is Ikkyo, which we saw earlier. This is one of the first techniques learned in Aikido and is used to pin the arm. This is called Katate Dori Kokyu Nage, which means literally a breath throw when one hand is grabbed. This is Yonkyo again, the wrist pin. First he does the omote, or outward-facing version, and then the ura, or inward-facing version of the same technique, turning before making the pin. This sort of repetitive, alternating practice is the way to master the fundamental techniques of Aikido. First one goes, and then the other goes. You practice together to perfect your technique. This is the essence of Aikido practice. There is no competition, there is only practice. This is katate dori irimi nage, single-handed grab entering throw. Here's a technique to use when you're grabbed at the shoulders from behind with both hands. Here it's called a kaiten nage, or turning throw. Well, here's an example of freestyle. In Aikido, this technique called kotegaeshi, or wrist reverse, is a widely used throwing technique. Here we're seeing it used against a grab from the rear, but it's also effective against grabs from the front, punches, strikes to the face, and strikes to the side of the head. It's a very versatile technique. Here we have another freestyle sequence, which starts with shomenuchi irimi nage. Movements in Aikido are all oblique movements. For example, even when you come to grab, you must approach from the diagonal. If you grab from the front, you'll get hit in the face. If you grab diagonally from the side, though, you can't be hit. The same is true for yokomen, or for strike. You can't come straight in from the front. Watch how I do it. I strike from the diagonal. Do you understand? Not from the front, or it will simply be aiuchi, and both will be hit. You enter obliquely. In Aikido, you must merge your breath with the breath of heaven and earth, and with that ki, that spirit, that breath, strike from the oblique angle. So to repeat, if you simply grab from the front, you simply get hit in the face. Let's look again at yokomen slowly. He comes to strike. All right, if he hits strikely, I move. Look at this movement. Slowly, he strikes. And he strikes shomen. He doesn't hit. He comes to strike straight on. He comes to strike straight on. I hit him, but he doesn't hit me. I let him hit me. And now he strikes again the same way. He doesn't hit me, right? I'm just not there, so I'm not hit. In addition, I can capture his striking arm, pinning it with my ki. This is called training your power to attract. Okay, I'll let him grab my arm. Look, I come in so he can't hit my face. He can't reach me, can he? Now the left.